प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna Arjuna Sakha Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandat Pranam. Welcome all for the Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Today's class will be by His Grace Arjuna Sakha Prabhu, and we'll hear the nectar on Killing of Dhenukasura and the Anartha represented by Dhenukasura. Prabhu ji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Am I audible properly, Prabhu?
Perfect, Prabhu ji.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayat Muduraye Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Jatkrupatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarine Shunyatam Shukatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantastu bhadrani vidhunoti shahutsrutam nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata shivaya bhagavati ruttama shlokir bhaktir bhavati nastiki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratisha Namo Namah Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, I welcome all of you on behalf of ISKCON ICC. So we are in the series of Krishna Katha, and we are going to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami on 16th now in August. So in this series that we are discussing about Dhenukasura. Krishna ascended to this earth.
Prabhuji, I'm so sorry. You want me to share some shloka on the screen?
Yeah, Prabhu, if you can please, Prabhu.
Yes, you can let me know, Prabhuji, which shloka? 10th, I think it's 15.
10:15, Prabhu. 10.15.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
9.15, Prabhu.
10th canto.
Okay, 10th canto, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, 10th canto, 15th.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can go ahead. You can let me.
Yeah, the killing of Dhenukasura. So this is very interesting subject and topic, in fact, in our series of Krishna Janmashtami. So here, after you all know, Krishna ascended, and after lots of pain and lots of vipattao for Devaki and Vasudev, Krishna came and he appeared. In fact, he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudev. And in Sukdev Goswami described the pain of Devaki and Vasudev, that in fact it was very intolerable. And sometimes he described when Kamsa was killing the children, and in front the blood will be used to come and which is out sometimes, and the falling in this place, and it was so painful to the mother. And from this point we understand Krishna, we get Krishna after going through pain, right? You have to they accept pain. Both Devaki and Vasudev, they accepted pain in order to get Krishna. They're willing to accept all those pain in order to get Krishna in their life. And after Krishna appeared, immediately Krishna instructed Vasudev to pick him up and put him in Nanda Baba's house. And even they didn't given the opportunity to take this opportunity to groom Krishna, to have some few minutes with the Krishna, maybe few time with Krishna, because it is instructed by Krishna. And immediately what happens, without questioning, without thinking about the planning, there was no planning made, nothing was been made. No plan was discussed with Vasudev. Vasudev was only instructed to follow the instruction, only follow the instruction. And immediately, getting the instruction from Krishna, Vasudev picked up him and put him in his mind, in the head, and started walking. He was bounded with the chain. His hands were bounded. His legs were bounded. and all these things. So after having all these boundaries, all this foundation also, he willing to pick Krishna without understanding how this chain will be out, how he can pass out through the soldiers. It is raining heavily, but without thinking all these stuffs, what he did, he picked up Krishna. So Prabhupada mentioned very wonderfully, this is an opportunity for us to keep Krishna in our mind. And unless we keep uplift Krishna in our mind and put in our head, we'll not be able to get rid of all this foundation, all these boundaries, all these bundings. And second thing is that when we pick up Krishna and embrace Krishna in life, immediately the way Vasudev got rid of all these foundations, all these bundings, that everything got released and Vasudev could proceed ahead and he could place Krishna in the Nanda Baba's house. Similarly, without thinking all these boundaries, all these foundations on all our impediments, what we can do when we pick up Krishna, when we embrace Krishna, when we determine to take Krishna consciousness, immediately everything goes away from our life and we could place Krishna in our heart. That is the most important message Prabhupada has placed in the previous chapters. And after Krishna being Gokul, Krishna is in Gokul, and immediately we understand what kind of the demons there started attacking. Putana came, and after Putana, a lot of series of things happened. And in the previous chapter, we understood. In the previous, we discussed about the Aghasur, in the Aghasur Lila. And post Aghasur Lila, Brahma Bimohan Lila has come, that took place. And today, Krishna and Balram, after they got all their everything back, all the cowherd boys, the calf, everything that's come in place now, they came out from this Brahma's Kamandalu, and now they are in Vrindavan and they're doing the pastime. And here, in the beginning, there is a wonderful description of Krishna in Vrindavan with Gop Sakha. Wonderfully, it is described by Sukdev Goswami, how Krishna is playing beautifully. And in this, Sukdev Goswami says, when Lord Rama and Krishna attained the age of Poganda, that's Poganda Lila starts. And Poganda Lila starts from the 6th year. And Krishna and Balram, they're ready to graze cows now. They got the permission from Nanda Baba so that they can take few cows. And they go along with this cowherd boys to Vrindavan to graze these cows. And they, in this Poganda Lila, they are qualified. Now Krishna is qualified. There's this in this because as a parents, right? Nanda Baba and Jashoda, they are playing the role of a parents, and they qualify Krishna. Now you're not qualified to take care of these cows. You're qualified to take. And few years now, he's qualified to take the responsibility for cows. And Nanda Baba given this permission to both Krishna and Balram to take this cow. And after entering to this Poganda, they started enjoying this beautifully. And this is their first day. And Krishna and Balram, along with all the friends, cowherd boys, and here it is important, here is mentioned, this is the time they entered into Vrindavan Leelas. And they beautify the earth and they glorify Vrindavan. And Gopijan also mentioned this in a very passionate way, that says, Chalashi yad brajan charayan pashun nalina sundaranath tet. And gopis, they knew it. Krishna is not ordinary boy. He is ascended just to take care of the pranata dehina. And they chanted this mantra, this Gitas like Pranata Dehinam Papa Karshanam Trinacharanugam Sri Niketanam. Now Krishna is here in this Vrindavan and taking care of the cows, and in order to graze this cow, he has been walking in the foots in barefoot in the Vrindavan, this jungle of Vrindavan. So what is the objective? The objective is to pranata dehinam papa prashana. In order to get rid of this papas and kalmasha of the dehadhari, he has come and descended to this earth. And now what he is doing? He is raising the cows and the calf here in the Vrindavan. And that's why by putting his foot in this Vrindavan Dham itself, he is beautifying this place, is glorifying this place. His presence is the glory for this earth. His presence is the glory for the Vrindavan. Now, Sukhdev Goswami continued with this, desiring to enjoy. Oh, just a minute. Thank you. The desiring to enjoy the pastime, Lord Madhava, sounding his flute, surrounded by cowherd boys who were chanting his glories, and accompanied by Lord Baladev, kept the cows before him and entered the Vrindavan forest, which was full of flowers and rich with nourishment from the animal. Just devotees visualize these particular things, and that is this essence of their life. They always remember Krishna, put this image of Krishna in their heart, and always that is this essence of their life, and that is the most biggest treasure of the life, right? And Sukhdev Goswami, if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, and particularly in that's Bhramar Geet, sorry, Benu Geet, yeah, Benu Geet. Before the Benu Geet, he described this particular aspect of Krishna in a very beautiful way. How Krishna used to start from the home, going along with the cowherd boys, with Balram. The cows are at the front, cows at the back, and the Krishna is dancing, chanting, and surrounded by cowherd boys, wearing the Bhajanti Mala and also the Karna, and keeping a flute in his eyes, in the hand, and how he is to walk in the street of Vrindavan towards the jungle. Baraha Pidam Natabara Bapu Karneya Karnikaram Bibradha Bhasham Kanaka Kapiham Bhajayantistamala Randaya Venum Madharshudaya Purayanti Gopa Brinde Brindaranyam Shapada Ramanam Pravishyanti Giti Kirti. The cowherd boys are singing the glories of Krishna. Pravishyanti Giti, both the sides. One side is there entering the jungle, and while coming back, Sukhdev Goswami described this, how he is to come. And while Krishna is returning back, how he is beautifully described. Baraha Pidam Natabara Bapu. Bapu means father of all the dramas. Right? He's the father of all the dramas. Bapu means Shrestha. Right? And how he's doing this, how he's entering this Vrindavan, he's entering surrounded by cowherd boys. He's wearing a banamala made up of the flowers, the wild flowers of Vrindavan, and wearing a karnika, the flower, karnika flowers in his ears, both the ears, Bhajayanti Mala, and also what he is holding is a flute, and he is in the center of the group, and they surrounded by whom? Surrounding by the devotees, the cowherd boys. And this is the treasure for whom? For the devotees. They keep this particular image of the Lord surrounded by cowherd boys, Krishna along with Balram. And that's why if you go to this Krishna Balram temple, if you go to this Mangala Arti, particularly having a darshan, you can feel the presence of Krishna as a cowherd boy there, holding his bansuri, wearing in a very simple way, but that attracts and that brings the feeling of presence of Krishna definitely directly in the heart. And that's the beauty of Mangala Arti attending, because there is no decoration, no ornaments, nothing, only simplest form of Krishna as he used to be in Vrindavan. Now in this text, what you can understand, Krishna is enjoying the pastime. Prabhu can just little down to text 3. Now, looked over the forest, which resounded with the charming sound of bees, animals, all this glittering voice of the bees, the sweet, charming sounds of the birds, twittering, everything that he could surround it and feel the presence, the amazing presence of Krishna. And beauty, this is the arrangement of Jogamaya, right? Tulsi, Brinda Devi and Jogamaya, they arranged, beautified even it was mentioned, the beauty of Vrindavan multiplied several times with the presence of Krishna. And now, at the highest peak of the beauty, and Krishna is enjoying all this stuff by looking towards all those, the beautiful cows, the beautiful bees, honeybees, birds, the flowering trees, and everything is surrounded all along in the Vrindavan. And Krishna is enjoying along with this cowherd boy. And the nearby lake, and even the lake and the river Jamuna is flooded with the puspa, that is Sugandhit, that means Padma, that is lotus. And the breeze is carrying that, and all the fragrance from the Jamuna, all the fragrance from the lake, and coming towards Krishna and the flowing through the breezes. Krishna decided to enjoy the auspicious atmosphere. Now Krishna wanted to enjoy with the fullest with the cowherd boy. Right? And this is the point of bewilderment from the Brahma. That's why even in Brahma, Brihad Bhagavatam, it is described why the cowherd boys has achieved this highest form of association, highest association with the Krishna. Right? This is Kruta Punya Punja, Brahmaji described. How auspicious it would have been, and how much of fortune they must be carrying in their life. And they must have accumulated millions and millions, the fortune of their millions of birth. That's why they are enjoying the pastime with Krishna. And now Krishna wanted to enjoy in fullest. The primitive Lord saw that the stately trees with their beautiful radish buds, their heavy burdens, the fruits and flowers, were bending down to touch his feet and the tips of their branches. Thus he smiled gently and addressed his elder brother. Now let's not go to this detail. We'll be going through the essence of now Krishna, after looking, he could understand Krishna has got a lot of plans, right? He wanted to execute a wonderful plan, the very important plan with his brother, with Balram. Now when he looked towards Balram and he smiled, and Krishna when smiled, Krishna gives a smita hasya. Lalita gati bilasha balgu hasya. Balgu hasya is very important. And when there is a plan to execute, he gives the balgu hasya. When he wants to get rid of the pranata deha, and he wants to get rid of the papas of the people that he loves, he gives a smita hasya. When the love with ecstasy with his people, he gives a smita hasya. Braja jano kasham veera yoshitam dija janasmayam dhvansana smita. He kills all the impediments of all the Brajabasi just with a glance at the Smita. And with that Smita, he looks at Balram and started glorifying Balram. What he says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Oh, greatest of the Lord." He says Balram because he is the elder brother. And Krishna knows the position of Balram. He says, "Oh, greatest of the Lord." Just see how these trees are bowing down, because he could see the trees are empowered with lots and lots of flowers and fruits, and because of that, they are falling down. Chanakya Pandit say, "Namanti falino bruksha, namanti gunino jana." Those fruit-bearing the trees always bow down. And similarly, the gunis, the vidwan, the wise people, those who are empowered with the knowledge of Krishna, the divine knowledge, they always become what they do? They bow down. This is the symptoms of both the trees as well as for the wise people. Falino, namanti falino bruksha. The trees, those who are bearing fruits, heavy loads of fruits, they bow down. And also the trees bearing the flower, they're bowing down. And Krishna says, "Oh, the Lord, Supreme Lord, oh, the greatest of the Lord, these trees are bowing down to you." And they're bowing down their head onto the lotus feet of yours. Because you are the Ursi people, immortal of demigods. You have been worshipped by whom? By all the demigods. The trees are offering you their fruits and flowers to eradicate their dark ignorance that caused by the birth of the tree. And he's described how the trees are here. They must be munis, the greatest munis, the yogis, Maybe in there, because of this imperfection in their spiritual life, they've come down to this Vrindavan. Now what you take care of, you take care of them. Please bless them so that they get back their original form. And Krishna has mentioned about this to Balram, addressed Balram. Oh, original. Now he's pointing towards the bees. Now, bamboo bees, that you see, this bees plays a very important role in Krishna Leelas. Even we understand, we now recites this Brahmara Geet that we have. Now he's addressing to this about the bees to Balram. And he says, this must be great sages. They're coming to Vrindavan and they're playing the role of bees. And they're elevated devotees of yours. And now they're worshipping you and chanting your glories in their ways. Right? And this Vrindavan itself is the holy place of the entire world. Holiest of the holy place of the entire world. And now please help them abandon. They just don't abandon them. And please bless them so that they come back to their original form. This is why he again chanted, oh, original. Now he's talking about this sages. He must have been placed as a bee, and they are not ordinary people. They are the greatest sages, the devotees. Now they are taking shelter of you. Now he is pointing towards the peacock. He started with the trees, bees, peacocks, and now he's talking about the peacocks, the birds, the cuckoos, and now he's saying that they are just chanting the Vedic prayers for your glorification. All these residents in the forest are most fortunate, and their behavior towards you certainly befits great soul receiving another great soul at home. This is how we understand. It is not Krishna, not only the human. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yomam pasyati sarvata sarvatra vai pasyati. Those who can see each and everything in me, and everything me in everything, they are really they are the seer. They can see. You see Krishna in everything, and Krishna is giving an example and how he could see this saintlyhood, the devotion of these honeybees, the trees, the peacock, the cuckoos, the birds, and they could understand. He could recite it. He could understand the 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 song and the twittering of the bird, and giving the instruction to Balram that this is not his simple things, but it is the glorification of them, even in their own respective condition life. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when he was passing through the forest of Jharkhand, he could assemble every animals. That means the deers, the tigers, the elephants, the bear. Everybody, they started singing the tune of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and started dancing with this. And Krishna also doing the same thing. He could see the presence of great saints in the form of bees, honeys, peacocks, and all this, right? So now going back, this art now, because this what Krishna says, you see, Krishna sees this and he's given this instruction is coming to us directly from Krishna. The earth has now become most fortunate because you have touched her grass and bosses with your feet, and here are trees and creepers with your fingernails, and because you have graced her rivers, mountain, birds, and animals with your merciful glances. But above all, you have embraced the young cowherd woman between your own two arms, a favor hankered by the goddess of fortune herself. Such wonderful points. Now, this way, Krishna, what he is giving to say, even the Gopi says, the moment you entered into the earth, they put your foot in this earth, the glorification begins to that point. Jayati te dhikam, janmana praja, shrayata indira. Right? You understand this Gopi Gita, the first verse, the glorifying the presence of Krishna and how the earth, Mother Earth, is glorified, how the Vrindavan became most popular now. And this is the place, the holiest place on the earth, not only in the earth, in this entire cosmos. This way now Krishna is glorifying the presence of Balram and glorifying how he has beautified with his presence to this earth. Now Sukdev Goswami says, at this point of time, he's describing immediately there are two cowherd boys came, and Shubala, Sudama, I think. Sudama and came and with another boy, cowherd boy, and both Krishna and Balram were standing there, and they narrated about a demon. He says there is a talban, and during this particular time, the talban is fragrant, is full of the ripened tal, right, palm, and nobody is allowed to enter into. I'm not going to the detail, Prabhu. So he says this bun is full of flooded with wonderful fruits, tal fruits, and only we could see the fragrance. We could enjoy the fragrance, and we cannot eat it because nobody is allowed, and it has been protected by Dhenukasura. He described about Palani tatra bhurani patanti patinani cha santi kalve viruddhani dhenu kena duratmana. Dhenu kena duratma. Duratma shabda is in Talavan forest, many fruits are falling from the tree and they are getting wasting of days because nobody is allowed even to enter into Talban and forget about enjoying the fruits. And Duratmana Shabda is very, very Duratma, Papatma, Duratma, these are all synonyms. The far away from Krishna is called Duratma. Duskrutino, right? And this Dhenuka is a Duratma. And what he is doing, he's protecting this Talban full of fruits. Now he says, "Oh Ram, oh Krishna, Dhenuka is the most powerful demon and assumed the form of an ash. He is surrounded by many friends who have assumed similar shape and who were just as powerful as he is." Now what he is doing, he is protecting the Talban. And who is instructing, who is given the responsibility to protect Talban? It is Kamsa. Kamsa is employed this demon to keep this Talban away from the Vrindavan Basi. So this is their rights to have this, because in forest you cannot keep, it is my forest or his forest, right? It is forest for all. The river is for all. The water is for all. The breeze, the sun rays is, nobody can restrict it. But here comes instructed to keep Vrindavan Basi, Braj Basi, Gokul Basi away from this Talban. And he kept Dhenukasura to protect along with his friends. And what this cowherd boy is there saying, yes, this Dhenukasura along with his friend, this friend are also equally powerful as Dhenuka. And they are here guarding this palm ban, Talban, and they are equally powerful. Vidante bhuta purnani falani suravhani cha eva vai suravhir gandho vishachin vishnuscho vigrahate. In the forest are sweet smelling fruits no one has ever tasted. Indeed, even now we can smell the fragrance of the tala fruits spreading all about, right? And but unfortunately, we are not even allowed to enter. We're not allowed inside. So please something. So what they're doing, so they're requesting Krishna and Balram to go to and take care of this Talaban so that we can enjoy this. Oh Krishna, please get those fruit for us. And they are requesting Krishna to get these fruits. They're showing the desire to have this tal for them. Dear Balram, our desire to have these fruits is very great. If you think it is a good idea, let's go to that Tala forest. So now this way that you can pray to Krishna if you have any desire. Prabhupada says having a desire to an offering and asking to fulfill that desire is not an offense. Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother, but we need to know, we should have the art of asking. What are we asking at what time? And is it Sriya or prayer? That is important. Bhagavad Gita also says, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvidha, Bhajate Mam Janana Shikruti Nor Arjuna, Artha Artharthi Jigyasu Jnanishcha Bharatashrava. So four kinds of people comes to me. And here the cowherd boys, they are desiring to have the ripened tal fruits, right? And they are requesting Krishna and Balaram to bring those tal fruits because, and they're saying, my desire to enjoy the fruits is very high. So please bring fruits for me. Now, this is the request coming from the cowherd boy. How can Krishna and Balaram rewrite that? Sarvasya Chaham Hrudi Sannivishto. Now, Krishna, and after hearing, now Krishna requested Balaram to take care of this. And Krishna, what happened? Balram entered the Tal forest, Talban first, and then with two arms, he began forcibly shaking the trees. He started going to the Talban and he started shaking the Tal trees, and all the ripened fruits from the tree started falling down. And he started doing after one after another, that so many he started. And after hearing the Dhenukasur with lots of angers came rushing towards Balram. Falana, and immediately the Dhenukasur, without asking anything, immediately he look back towards, it is Balram is standing here, and Dhenukasur, with forcefully, he picked his both the legs, back legs, rear legs, and put with a blow, he kicked in the chest of Balram. That is the first mistake he did. And he started doing this time and again. And after the second, third attempts, what he did, Balram immediately picked off both the legs of Dhanuka. And he picked both the legs and he started whirling around one hand and threw him into the top of the palm tree. Now what happens? After whirling for many, 3-4 times, what happened? He just threw it to the Dhanuka to the upside. And immediately Lord Balram threw the dead body of Dhenukasur into the tallest palm tree in the forest. And when the dead demons landed into the treetop, the tree began shaking. The great palm tree causing a tree by its side also shake. Well, if you look at it, they collide with each other and they started falling. And in this way, so many the trees fallen. And now what happens? After looking, the Dhenuka's friend also started attacking, and both Krishna and Balram, the similar way, they would hold one leg, and whirl them and throw it to the top of the stalban, and they will go to the tall tree, and they will be hanging, and the tall tree will forest. In this way, now Sukdev Goswami says to Parikshit, "Oh Parikshit, this is the way that Balram killed Dhenukasur, and his unlimited personality of Godhead and control of the entire universe. He killed Dhenukasur. Indeed, the entire cosmos rests upon him." And he says he is the weaving, and he glorifies Lord Balaram here. If you go to this Brahma Sangita in the second verse, he glorifies how this earth, this cosmos is been beholded by the hooves of Balaram. Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulanka Mahatpadam Tatkarnikaram Anantam Ansa Samyutam. The entire cosmos is beholded by the hooves of Balram, Adi Seshnath. And it is all been protected by this ball of Balram. The entire cosmos, Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulanka Mahatpadam Tatkarnikaram, right? Anantam Ansa Samyutam. Ananta, and Ananta, unlimited, the sansar is being beholded by the Ananta Balla Balram, right? And now he is glorifying, Sukdev Goswami glorifying Balram because he is the one who is beholding the entire cosmos. The entire cosmos rests upon him, just as the woven cloth rests upon its horizontal and vertical threads. And Krishna also says, Sutre Manigana, right? Now, After being killed, Dhenukasura's friends came up. They all come in group and they started attacking Krishna and Balram. And as I mentioned you, they are inviting their own death. And Krishna and Balram, they're picking up each one after another. They used to pick up one, that well it and throw it to the stall. And similarly, they seized all their demonic friends. And this is how they protected. Now they liberated this Talban from the demons, Dhenukasur. Now this is the time they can enjoy the fruits. The cowherd boy and Vrindavan Basi, they can enjoy the tal, the wonderful tal, the fragmented tal. And now they are free from the demons. Now looking at this, because Krishna is not ordinary cowherd boy, Balram is not ordinary cowherd boy. Each and everybody is looking for the protection, including the demigods. They could see how Krishna and Balram, they protected the Talbans and killed the Nukashur, and they started pouring flowers from the heaven. And they also glorified Lord Krishna and Balram. Now they are relieved, the cowherd boy are relieved. Now they can enjoy the fruits after being Dhenuka being killed. Hearing this Krishna, the other Gop Sakhas, everybody started coming to this Vrindavan, this palm tree, this Talban, and now freely they started preaching. So what do you understand from here? Who is Dhenuka? Now here, Sukdev Goswami also mentioned, whoever will be listening, in fact, this Katha, particularly Krishna Katha, and Krishna has killed many demons, right, including the Dhenukasur. And Balram is killing this Dhenukasur, this glorification of this Leela for both Krishna and Balram. Whoever will be hearing these glories of this particular Leela, written will be qualified, right? Now, this is the importance of this glorification, importance of having Krishna Katha, Krishna Leela. Krishna Leela is the boon for Dehadhari. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi vediditam kalmushapaham Sravana mangalam Sri Madatatam Pruvi Gurantite Bhuridha Jana. Tava kathamritam, your katha amrit. This is really the nectar. But when you'll enjoy this nectar, when your heart is away from the contamination, that's why if you look at very precisely, very carefully, you observe. Before chanting, before starting the 10th canto, Sukdev Goswami narrated up to 9th canto, and he instructed Parikshit Maharaj. I mentioned about all the 9 days, Tattva of Bhagavatam. 9th Tattva in 9th chapter, 9th canto is described. Now instructed Parikshit Maharaj to be careful. And he says, all the 9 Tattva is given to you so that you can release this canto, this particular Krishna Leela. The 9th Tattva has been given to you, instructed you so that you create a platform in your heart to release the nectar of Krishna Leela. So what does it mean? We understand the Krishna Leela with sublimity, with the trance when we are away from contamination, with the purity in the heart. The purity in the heart. But the purity only comes when we are chanting the glory, the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Without any condition, unconditionally. The way Vasudeva picked up this Krishna and put it in his head. Similarly, Prabhupada says, the moment we pick up Hare Krishna Mahamantra, unconditionally, without questioning, without thinking about the planning, without understanding even, because Krishna has a plan, just with full faith, full belief and dedication. Krishna is with me, the name is with me. It is the name given for me, for my benefits, for my benediction. And start taking center on this lotus feet of the Harinam, what happens? Immediately, the purity will comes in the heart. The purity comes. And when the purity comes, the test for listening Krishna Katha will be more. And that's why Sukdev Goswami instructed Parikshit Maharaj and given the instruction of the 9 Tattva before giving the Asraya Tattva. And what is Asraya Tattva? The ultimate Asraya, the protection, ultimate, the beholder is Krishna. And how to understand this? To have create the platform of purity. And he has given this platform of purity and instructed Parikshit Maharaj, listen this particular glories of Leela, Krishna Leela, with your purest of the heart. And it was a 3.5 days already gone. And now the 3.5 days, the second afternoon of the fourth day, he started narrating the Krishna Katha. And that's how he started one after another, the Krishna Leelas, how Krishna ascended. This is help us in qualifying ourselves to releases the nectar of the rasha, the mallow of Krishna Katha. And that's why in the Devahuti Sambad, even it says,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. There's some network issue, I think so. Let me call Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you're muted.
now I'm.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you now.
Now, Sukdev Goswami says, now, whoever listens to the Katha will get the love of Krishna and Balaram, right? So this is the essence. Now, what is Dhenuka? What Dhenuka? Each and every demon represents something in our, as an Anartha in our life. So what Dhenuka represents? Let's have a quick observation on this. I'm not qualified to describe all this, but yes, let's try what we learned from Sukdev Goswami, the commentary from Srila Prabhupada Sridhar Swami. Dhenuka in the form of a ass. Hindi mein usko gadha कहते हैं. And even Vishwanath Chakrabarti says, Jada Vidya Sina Mayara Vaibhavo, Tomar Bhajane Badha, Anitya Sansare, right? Anitya Sansare, Moho Upajay, Jibe ke Karai Gadha. Gadha means ass. Who make a human being ass. So what is the thing that makes us a ass? There are two things. One is ignorance, and second thing is ego. Ego. First is ignorance, and second is ego. And what is the ignorance that we talk about? Ignorance, the ass represents the ignorance. Ignorance was the biggest ignorance in our life is I am the body. Prabhupada says, in many lectures, he instructed one thing. He described ignorance in only simplest form. The moment we forget Krishna and think that I am the body, that is the biggest ignorance. Aham mameti. Aham mameti. The moment we talk about aham mameti, it has got two sides of this coin. One is the ignorance, I myself, and second is the ego, I. So this is the perfect representation of the ass. I don't know who am I, and I don't know what I'm doing even. You are having the resource. The talbaran represents the resource. That means you are empowered with the resource with all, surrounded by fruits, the ripened fruits. But still you are so ignorant that you never enjoy, the ass never enjoy the fruits of this tal. And here, Sridhar Swami, if he goes, Talban represents the ripened fruits, As represents the ignorance, but having you are sitting on the resource, huge resource also, the ignorant people never enjoy the resource at the fullest. That's how it is mentioned here. The ignorance of the human being, you are empowered with all the resource, particularly in the form of a human life, human body, which is very, very, very sublime. Hrudeha adyam sulabham sudurlabham. Plabam sukalpam guru karna dharam. Now you are the most beautiful creation of this universe, of the cosmos even. And you are empowered, you are facilitated by this. This is the resource, the fruits that you are sitting on. You are having in the mind, you are having the bacha, manasha, mind, you have a voice, you got the ears, you got the little independence also. But apart from all these things, you are creating, you are living like a ass. And you're totally ignorant about your power, your own role and responsibility. And that's how the human being become an ass. And the following fall in the trap of ahara nidra bhayamaithunancha. So first is you are ignorant. Who are you? Who am I? I don't know what I'm doing. Just you are asked to do, you are doing. Even you are not getting the taste of the fruits, your own fruits that you are protecting. So here we can understand, let's not be like play the role of ignorant ass. Here we need to question ourselves. Kiyami, kinama, who am I? What is the most beneficial for me? Arjuna was very intelligent. He asked Krishna, Sisiste ham sadimam tvam prapanne. Karpanya dosha apahat prashna. Arjuna understand what is the impediments, what is the barriers in his life. What is the position? I forget my own position because of my ignorance, because of my own faults, my own mistakes. The representative of us never knows what is the fault he's doing. He's doing the mistake time and again, time and again, and time and again. The same mistake time and again. And even never analyze why you are doing this and what you are doing even. Similarly, Arjun was very intelligent. He asked Krishna, I know this. The problem is the root of the problem. And this is coming from my own mistakes. Karpanya dosha upahat swabhava. And I'm fallen from this the path of dharma also. I've diverted. Now you tell me, become inquisitive to understand what is my shreya, what is the best of the best for me. Building the relationship. And with that, what happens? Now we are taking the shelter of somebody. Is taking the shelter of Guru, taking the shelter of devotees, taking the shelter of Krishna. And only will able to understand. So the Vidwan, they understand their position. They know their position. They know what they are doing. What is making them fall? What is making them falling down further? They know they have some limitation. And they know who is having the solution, who can give them solution, who can protect them, who can help them elevate. And they knowing this position, knowing their mistakes, realizing their mistakes, and they take shelter of somebody, not in the ego that, oh, I don't know. I know something. I have the power. Aham mameti. Siddho aham balavan sukhi. I'm having all the power. I'm capable of doing own mistakes. I'm capable of solving each and everything. And this is the problem. This is the representation of the ego in the form of us. Third point is the offense against devotee, offense against Lord. Immediately, without understanding anything, he come immediately, instantly, and kicked in the chest of Balram. So sometimes the foolish people, they don't understand the position of a devotee, and they kick like a ass. And this is the offense. And the ass represents this. Number 4 is playing the role of a thief, not allowing people to enjoy their own fruits. The first is ignorance, second is ego, third is offense, and the fourth one is not allowing anybody's fruits. That is snatching. getting rid of somebody's rights, snatching somebody's rights. That is the representation of the Dhenukasura. So this is how the relationship with Krishna will protect us from this kind of loss in our life, so that we'll not run after hankering after long things, but only we should focus like Vasudev, irrespective of all the bipadas, irrespective of all the challenge, having undiluted faith, unflinching faith on the Krishna and his Naam, and so that we can behold Krishna in our mind and Krishna is in our heart. And we can get the Sreya of our life and the form of Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti. And in Janmashtami is particularly the message Prabhupada has given. Janmashtami is not only for the celebration, but also in introspection. In the form of Janmashtami, we need to understand and analyze and introspect what we are doing, how much faith and I'm developing with Krishna, and how we are considering the Bipada, particularly Bipadas, because both Devaki and Vasudev, they went through lots and lots of Bipada. And with all the Bipadas, they embraced these Bipadas in order to get home to Krishna Prema. And they got it finally. And how, irrespective of all the conditions, how we are considering an undiluted, keep our focus, Rajarsar focus, to the lotus feet of Krishna, that is more important. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena shevaya. Atmabodha vidheya atma prasadam adhigacchati. Krishna says in multiple verses in Bhagavad Gita, the vidhi, following the process, is extremely important. Atmabodha vidheya atma. Understanding the Atma by following the process is important. Then only you'll be able to get the Krishna Prema in the form of bliss, in the form of prasadam. And are we really undilutedly, with an unflinching Rajarsar focus, eyeing on that? That is the time to introspect for us. And that is the power of Janmashtami celebration. Hare Krishna Prabhu, and I have exceeded some time. We have left with 5 minutes. I humbly request, if you have anything want to add, or if you have any questions, you can. Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Beautiful rendition of this pastime of Dhenukasura, and a wonderful the anarthas that you brought out, Prabhuji. Not only one, but four anarthas are there, which we have to be very careful about, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Anybody has any comments, thoughts, and questions? Please share.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. Thanks for the wonderful class. Prabhu, I missed the third Anartha. Can you please repeat, Prabhu?
Offense against devotees, Mother.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. And one more question I had, Prabhu. Out of context, like Prabhu, yesterday Prabhu described beautifully Aghasura killing. There and also in Kaliya and Brahma Vimochana, the stress on Balarama not being present, Prabhu. Can you tell the significance of why
that is a wonderful question, Mataji. But knowingly, I didn't want to bring that point. In fact, that point is very much described by Siddhar Swami also, but it is not described by Prabhupada. That is the point. And in fact, in Krishna book also, that particular Balram represents the Ananta Sheshnag. And Krishna never wanted to kill Kaliya in front of Balram. That is the one thing he wanted deliberately to avoid the presence of Balram. Right, Mataji? And Krishna wanted to take care of this Kaliya and Balram to take care of the Dhenuka. Dhenuka is basically in this the category of the cow, and if anybody killing the Bassasur, like for example, and that is a lengthy one, Mataji. But that was the deliberate. There is one thing that Krishna never wanted to kill, having presence of Balram in Kaliya Dahan, Mataji. But that is a lengthy story behind that. I don't have time much.
Okay, some other time, please.
Some other time you can discuss.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I missed first 5 minutes class, Prabhu. Beginning, first.
In the first 5 minutes, we discussed about the importance of the Janmashtami, Mataji, and we described about how Vasudeva and Devaki, they undergo lots and lots of pain, right? Lots of pain. Krishna is about to come, and Krishna is appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, and demigods started praying. And with this prayer, Mahadev, Lord Sheshnag, Shivji has prayed. Shivji prayed to this, is given the instruction to Uma, and he says, Mahavipatta sansare jasmaret madhusudana Madhusudana Vipatti tasya sampatti bhaved ithya sansara. Sankara. Bhagavan, Lord Shiva is saying that during the Vipada, well, in order to get Krishna, we need to get lots of pain in life, right, Mataji? Like Vasudeva and Devaki. But here, looking at this Devaki, the pain of Devaki, Shivji is saying what he's saying. You see, they've gone through lots of pain in life. And they never forget to remember Madhusudan, right? And when you remember Madhusudan during the Vipada, and that Vipada become your Sampada. That Vipada means this, all the pain become your treasure in life. That become your treasure in life. And that's why Kunti Maharani, you see Kunti Maharani, Sudama, you talk about so many exalted devotees like Bilba Mangal Thakur. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, as he came in the form of a devotee, wanted to describe and embrace Vipada in life. And in fact, that Vipada becomes Sampada for the devotees, because they want to take the shelter of Krishna in each and every form, in any condition. And actually in Janmashtami, we should also analyze that, am I ready to embrace those Vipad coming in my life? We get Vipada in the form of losing job, losing money, losing family members, ill health. So many Vipada comes to our life. But even during that also, are we embracing Krishna irrespective of all the conditions? And how far we would like to go for that, so that unconditionally will be dependent on Krishna, right? This is the importance of it.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. And of the 5 things you told about Dhenukasura, can you four things, enumerate them, Prabhu, once again?
Yeah, one is ignorance, second is
chat
ego.
box, Mataji. It is put in the chat box.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I don't want to take your precious time. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Prabhu has already put in the chat box. Prabhu, you were telling about the 9 cantos and 9 tattvas. And then he has described what are the 9 tattvas, Prabhu?
9 tattvas like Swarga, Visharga.
Okay.
Right, Mataji. You must be knowing all this. Again, there is Poshana tattva, right? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
And
Prabhu.
it is not 9 tattva, Mataji. He is talking about 10 tattva. And the last one is the Asraya tattva.
Okay.
And in order to make us understand the Asraya tattva, he has entirely is given this instruction of the Asraya tattva in the form of Krishna Lila. Because he is the Param shelter, Param Asraya. Right, Mataji? And also, the topping the ice, he has described the 11th canto to glorify the ultimate level of Asraya, that is the Guru Tattva. Because Krishna described the importance of Guru in the 11th canto to Uddhava. And that is the topping the ice of all the 10th Tattva, Mataji.
Thank you so much for the wonderful description. You are so much involved. And then you were describing about Vrindavan. It's amazing, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you once again, Prabhuji. If there are no further questions or comments, we'll end the session by Vaishnav Pranams. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Vaishnav Thakur Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Kanthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
All glories to Sri.
Hare Krishna, Balaji, Sri Balaji Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
He's Balaram Jayanti, that lecture, is it loaded in the YouTube, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
It's there, Prabhu. Okay.
Yes.
Who gave Prabhu? I was late.
Balram Jayanti, Narari Chaitanya Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, Mata. Hare Krishna.